From floating sky bases to an OG Battle Pass skin being given out for free? This is 96 things you never knew in Fortnite.
In Chapter 2, Season 7, Nick A30 had found a glitch with the UFOs that you won't believe.
Easy, breezy, beautiful.
If you put an item on top of a UFO without breaking it, it would stay stuck in the sky forever. Nick flew the squad up there and it was looking good. But there was one problem.
How are you gonna jump out? How are you gonna jump out?
I got it.
He's a pro.
Wait.
I got it, he said.
I made it. I made it.
That was insane. And luckily, it meant that Nick had one more chance.
Gosh, please. Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, we gotta get a kill now, guys.
And Elam would be icing on the cake. So they started taking shots. And it turned out railguns on this glitch skybase was super OP. And they started picking up a ton of Elams.
2, 1. Got him, knocked him.
But eventually, Storm moved. And if they couldn't think of a way down, it would be all over. Luckily, Nick had an idea.
We can all jump for that ship right there and we can make it.
It seemed crazy, but having made a similar jump just moments ago, Nick was feeling full of confidence.
I'll get you guys, I promise. I'll come back. I'm dead.
In Chapter 3, Season 1, tents came to Fortnite, and they had an amazing feature. You could hop inside of them at any time to heal up. But when Fortnite made it clear that this overpowered feature was bounced out by the fact that they're breakable, they didn't mention that if your tent did start breaking a storm, you could pack it up, place it back down, and it would be good as new. This meant that players could out-heal the storm forever and get free wins. It was completely busted. In Chapter 3, Fortnite added mantling to the game, a brand new feature with crazy possibilities. But it wasn't long before players started noticing a crazy glitch with it. Every so often, completely at random, it would bug out and launch players flying across the map at insane speeds.
Fortnite! Please fix the mantling bug!
Needless to say, it sucked to be on the receiving end of it. But if it happened to someone you were fighting, it could actually be pretty clutch. They got launched into oblivion, making them a completely free elimination. Next up, we have Tfue. Back in Chapter 3, he was frying with the AUG, cooking up a 20 bomb, until he found this.
What the f? Crash pads?
Crash pads had been in the game before, but now so were cars, and this gave Tfue an idea. He stacked a few up, hopped in the Lambo, and this is what happened. He'd gone absolutely flying across the entire map.
I'm at logjam.
Yeah.
This was insane, but it made him wonder, what would happen if he used more? Way more.
Oh my god. Bro.
And they had a plan to go somewhere few people in Fortnite history have ever gone before.
That's gotta be like 20, dude.
Tfue hopped in the car, and it was finally time to put their crazy plan into action.
Oh, okay. That definitely sends us there.
They were headed all the way back to Spawn Island.
Going over to Spawn Island, yo.
And even though things were getting a little bit out of control, it seemed like their plan was working. And they might actually make it.
Yo, we did it! We did it! Yo!
This was crazy, but they had one more idea. It would be super difficult, but if they could pull it off, it would be absolutely legendary.
He's behind this tree right here.
The plan was to get the last player to hop in the car and send them flying into Storm, but it would be easier said than done.
Here, come to me. Try to bring him to me. I'm gonna set it up here, okay?
But eventually, they got in the car.
He's in.
Then he stacked the crash pads, and they were away.
No way!
It worked perfectly, and they got sent miles into Storm.
He went so far!
When the legendary pump shotgun dropped all the way back in Chapter 1, it had 110693 on the side, and players quickly realized it was the release date of Jurassic Park. A nice tip of the hat given to the resemblance of the shotgun to the one in the film. You might have also spotted that just before the number is Smart Young Lady, a reference to the classic line from the film, Clever Girl. But that's not the only time Fortnite's referenced it. If you wore a dinosaur skin like Rex or Triceratops in Stealthy Stronghold and you got an elimination, you get a secret legacy called Clever Girl 2. Back in Chapter 2, Cypher PK was playing random squads, or so he thought.
Hey guys, what are we in the same game?
Do you understand Spanish?
Somehow, there was an extra player on his team. Cypher had queued up to troll random squads with an insane glitch. So this took him by surprise, but he knew what had to be done.
Anyone have Shockwave? I want to show you a cool trick.
And fortunately, it didn't take long for him to find some.
Get in the car.
What is
Okay.
your name?
My name is Cypher.
But getting his squad to cooperate was going to be easier said than done.
Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. In the car. I want to show you. I want to show you a trick. You need to be in el carro.
It wasn't easy, but eventually they got the message. And finally it was time to show off the crazy glitch. It was pretty simple to do, but very effective. And they couldn't believe it.
What?
I know, right?
It had sent them flying, but Cypher wasn't satisfied yet. And he thought maybe he could do even better.
We can do it again. We can do it again.
So he lined it up and then let it rip.
We are the champions.
But that's not the only time a glitch has sent someone flying. Next up, we have Nick Merck. He was playing a tournament with Nick A30 and Clicks, but he could have never have imagined what was about to happen. He was slaying out, picking up a ton of elims, until he got snuck up on and was devastated. But little did he know, it had actually gotten him a front row seat to one of the most insane things to ever happen in Fortnite history.
There's one to your left, only one.
Wait, what?
You this, Clicks.
What just happened?
Just relax. Everything's okay, guys? Everything's...
Clicks' shockwave had glitched him and sent him pretty much into orbit. And when Nick A30 started spectating, he couldn't believe it.
Wait, how did you do that?
We love Fortnite.
Clicks had an idea on how he could save himself from the fall damage.
No way! No way!
But unfortunately, the shockwave just didn't go off in time. If you play build mode, you might be familiar with the fact that you can't see through edits. But that actually wasn't always the case, and back in the early days of Chapter 1, Avery had cooked up a 200 IQ strat.
You're actually allowed to see through these walls clear as day.
He realized that you could hide completely behind cover, where enemies couldn't see you at all, even inside a fully built 1x1. And he used this trick to have 100% visibility, giving you an insane advantage. It didn't take long for Fortnite to realize this was pretty busted, and secretly change it to how it is today. I bet most of you don't remember this one. It was absolutely insane. It started out looking like Tifa was playing any other tournament until he does this. This was the Architect Cup back in Chapter 1, a one-off tournament where you could edit anybody's builds, not just your own. It was absolute chaos. Even if they built themselves fully in a 1x1, you could just walk up right to it and double it at their roof. Needless to say, it was almost impossible to defend yourself, so aggressive players like Tfue thrived. And while it was fun for them, it only made the game super imbalanced and way too chaotic. The only other time this mode has ever been in the game was when Fortnite tested it out with another one-off tournament in Chapter 3. But it hasn't been seen since, and it's not exactly likely to return. In Chapter 5 Season 4, Fortnite had added a ton of mobility items, and Typical Gamer made an astonishing discovery with them.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the jetpack to go up.
He found that if you combine Shuri's Black Panther claws with the jetpack and Iron Man's flight kit, you can fly up unbelievably high.
Oh my goodness! What the flip?
But believe it or not, TG's only just getting started, and he had a crazy idea of what to do next.
I'm gonna hit somebody with the longest thunder pump of all time. That's what's gonna happen.
He had to wait until it was the last player, so he just kept on climbing, until eventually it was a 1v1. And it was finally time to try and hit the thunder pump from space.
Okay, I think I'm high enough. I think I gotta drop down. I'm going for it. All systems are a go. I'm dropping the ultimate thunder pump. I don't know if I'm actually gonna reach the ground in time.
If TG couldn't land before storm closes, it would be all for nothing. But luckily, he started picking up speed, and it was looking like it might actually be possible.
I'm coming, Bob! Hello!
Somehow, as TG was falling, the last player must have heard him. He managed to get the thunder pump off, but it didn't eliminate them, and they weren't going down without a fight. But with some determination, eventually TG picked up the W.
Let's go! We did it!
Players are always looking for ways to get easy wins, but this one takes the cake. In Chapter 2, Season 5, at the center of the map, there was the 0 point. Fortnite said it would heal you up to 100 health, but it would actually heal you up to 100 every time you went in it. And this gave the X2 twins an epic idea that nobody saw coming. They built a giant sky base all the way up to the 0 point so they could keep going through it and heal up the storm forever.
So pretty much, you rinse and repeat until you've won the game.
It was basically a cheat code for free wins.
Literally winning the game by running in a straight line.
Mistakes can be easily made. And next up, we have a big one. And the 4.2 Fortnite update added in the storm tracker, allowing lucky players to see the next 2 storm circles. Needless to say, this was pretty OP and was replaced by the jetpack in under 30 minutes.
No, wait. Oh, I had the storm tracker. That isn't in the patch notes.
So sadly, only a lucky few players got to try the item out, and most people missed out entirely. But Fortnite didn't mention the ability would actually come back in the form of forecast towers several years later. Next up, some of you Chapter 2 OGs might remember this glitch with the boats. It was pretty easy to do, but unfortunately for Myth, this hacker found a way to take it to the next level.
What the f is that? What? Oh my god!
They had an insane hack to get infinite missiles with no cooldown, so they could shoot them as much as they want. It was like a mech on steroids, and they were completely destroying everyone. So all Myth could do was sit back and watch. And he had some ideas on who this might be.
No! Oh my god, what is happening?
On December 27, 2024, fans of Billie Eilish were hyped to see the "You Should See Me in a Crown" emote in the Fortnite item shop, or so they thought. Turns out, Fortnite used the wrong icon. It wasn't Billie's emote at all. It was Outlaw instead. Sure, Fortnite fixed it pretty quickly, but for some players, it was too little too late. They had bought it thinking it was something else entirely, and ended up stuck with an emote that they didn't even want. When the Yoda backbling hit the item shop, Star Wars fans went crazy for it. But it didn't take long for players to realize something was seriously wrong. Turns out, doing the Zoidberg Scuffle emote while wearing the Yoda backbling would completely crash your game, and sometimes even your teammates too. Fortnite acted fast, but what they did shocked everyone. Instead of disabling the emote, which had already been in the game for months by this point, they disabled the brand new Yoda backbling, the one everyone just paid for. Players were furious. They couldn't use what they had just bought, and to make it even worse, Fortnite could have just easily disabled the Zoidberg Scuffle instead. In Chapter 4, McCreevy discovered an insane glitch, and you won't believe what it does.
We need an exotic icy grappler and blowberries.
It didn't take him long to find them, and when he used them both together, this is what happened. It let him fly around the map at insane speeds and never take any fall damage. You could actually go so fast it would crash the entire server. And very soon after this video, Fortnite released a hotfix banning it. And seeing as it was so overpowered, it probably wouldn't come to much of a surprise that McCreamy had easily picked up the W. When the Street Shine pickaxe first hit the item shop, players were amazed by its bright, vibrant colors. But there was something even more amazing hidden in the edit styles. While the default and rainbow styles were meant to be included, Fortnite had made a massive mistake and accidentally added the lava style too. When they realized, they disabled the pickaxe entirely while they fixed it, leaving players who had just bought it unable to use it and feeling totally ripped off. In Chapter 2, Season 7, Fortnite introduced alien parasites. They protected you from damage and made it so you could jump super high. But they actually had a hidden secret not everybody knows about. If you had one in your head and you were in voice chat, it would affect your voice to make you sound just like an alien to your teammates. Next, we have Oatly. He was doing absolutely amazing in a cash cup, and it was looking like he could for sure get first place. Until this happened.
Did not expect that. Wait, that gun is...
Huh?
They had infinite spray and didn't have to reload? It didn't make any sense.
What?
And Oatly started getting suspicious.
That's a lot more than 30 bullets.
So he went into the replay to investigate, but he could have never imagined what he was about to find.
Whoa, what? And he's got the FNCS pickaxe.
This was before it was in the item shop, so Oatly was super confused how they could have it.
What am I looking at on my screen? Why do I see 1,000 eliminations?
But this is where he finally sees the crazy hacks that will blow your mind.
Okay, hold up. What? Let me just go back a bit, guys. I think my replay's bugged.
But it wasn't a bug. They were moving at super speed and Oatly couldn't believe it.
Whoa, hold up. We got a new cheat right now in the game. We got a speed cheat. Whoa. We got a speed cheat and an infinite spray cheat. Whoa, hold up. Is Nitro back or something? What is this?
And now, Oatly's finally about to see how he got eliminated.
Whoa! Skilly sure, GG, go try. Better luck next time, Oatly.
They had brand new cheats nobody had ever seen before.
Bro, what is this? Oh, wow.
They for sure had some insane hacks, so we reported them, and luckily they got banned soon after.
So I did die to a cheater.
In Chapter 3, Season 3, Dragon Ball Z hit the Fortnite island and anime fans were going wild. It had everything from Goku and the insane Kamehameha mythic to quests that let you unlock charging up, boosting ki, Shenron,
We got it.
and Dragon Radar, all completely free. The only downside, the quest didn't last forever. And if you missed out, Fortnite had a sneaky trick up its sleeve. They dropped the Dragon Ball Power Bundle in the item shop for 2,300 V-Bucks. Some players were happy to get a second chance, but for others, it felt like a total scam. Fortnite was now selling items that used to be 100% free and charging a premium price for them too.
Back in Chapter 3, there was an augment called Jelly Angler, and it let you fish an infinite amount of white heels, and that gave TG an idea.
Come on, memes.
Pros have been banned for this before, but that wasn't stopping TG.
We have millions of jellyfish.
So TG loaded up on jellies and prepared for the next stage of the plan. Now they just had to survive until the end for their crazy plan to work.
Over here, I'm getting him. Yeah, over here.
They fought like vicious tigers, and pretty soon it was time to go. But the storm's ticking for 10, so making it back to the jellies would be tough.
Pop, I'm popping one too. Oh. Okay,
Yeah,
go.
all the way back. Yes. Okay, break the bush. Here, on me.
They made it. Now they just have to keep on popping heals. But do they have enough to get the win?
You gotta pop him and I'm fishing.
Yes, come on.
Come on.
It was looking like it might actually work, but Fortnite wasn't born yesterday.
It might
I'm dropping
work.
this to you.
And they have a specific mechanic in place to make sure this kind of thing stays banned.
No, storm sickness. You gotta help me. We're gonna die. You gotta help me.
I'm trying.
Chug it.
In Season X, Fortnite added a game-changing new location.
They added Tilted Town, a place you're not supposed to be able to build.
This had never happened before, but it didn't take Laserbeam long to find a crazy glitch at the new POI.
Alright, I'm not gonna show you how to do it, but just want to let you know I'm currently in Tilted Town, an area where you're not supposed to build. And as you can see, I can build in Tilted Town. Time to crank some Doritos, boys.
This was absolutely insane, and Laserbeam felt like a god.
No artificial barrier can stop me.
Nobody else in the area could build at all, so it wasn't long before somebody came over to investigate.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And safe to say, this player was absolutely mind-blown at what they were witnessing.
He just left the game. He just left the game. And he gave me more mats. Crank more Doritos.
And it wasn't long before Laserbeam was crowned the king of Tilted Town.
They know they don't stand a chance.
Next up, we have CIA.gov, possibly the first ever hacker in Fortnite and easily the most powerful. They had the full-on aimbot, but that was only the tip of the iceberg. They can enable island edit like in creative and basically do anything they wanted. It was insane, and nobody had ever seen anything like it. But they didn't just do it in regular games. They did it in big money tournaments too, absolutely terrorizing even the best pro players at the time.
Is this extra?
There was nothing anybody could do, and all the pro players at the time were down bad.
Wow, 18 kills. You popped off. Great job, man.
That is, until the hacker ran into Vivid. He was the hero Fortnite needed.
Oh, there's a, for the hacker.
Yeah. That's actually incredible.
Boogie bombing this ultra powerful hacker was insane, but Vivid wasn't done yet. Wrecked! Vivid had eliminated CIA.gov and thought it was all over, but he couldn't have been more wrong. Vivid started hitting the res on his teammate, but then the craziest thing happened.
What the?
The hacker somehow respawned? Luckily, Vivid had one last boogie bomb and managed to kill the hacker again. But that was his last boogie bomb, and he knew the hacker would be back any second.
He's respawning!
So Vivid had to make a 200 IQ play. He knew the hacker needed the quad crasher to eliminate him, so he got on it and used it as bait.
I'll farm you all day, kid. God, my IQ is so high.
Even though Vivid rolled them, CIA.gov's hacks were absolutely stupid, so it wouldn't come to much of a surprise that Fortnite banned them. Back in OG Fortnite, Tfue found a secret way to shoot enemies without them being able to hit him at all. It was insanely broken, and he used it at every opportunity, until eventually Fortnite patched it. They said it was fixed for good, but when Chapter 2 launched, it was running on a whole new engine, and with that, saw the return of the super OP exploit back into the game. In the build up to OG, Fortnite promised subscribers members of Fortnite crew that they would get the OG Battle Pass for free. But that wasn't exactly true. When the launch date finally rolled around and subscribers logged in excited to start completing the pass, they found out they didn't have it. And many ended up spending even more V-Bucks to unlock it. Turns out, all they had to do was restart their game and it would have appeared. But Fortnite never told anybody that. And it left tons of players feeling totally scammed. In Fortnite Season 1, if you got to level 25, you could obtain the Mako glider from the season shop. This was the only way to get it, so it was one of the rarest items in the game.
I got it! No way it's OG, is it? Is it actually, guys? Cool. You're telling me this is the rarest glider in the game?
That was until January 2nd, 2018, when with no heads up at all, when I just released it into the item shop, players were excited and rushed to buy it, but those who missed out were super disappointed. On the first day of Fortnite Remix, Nick A30 and Sancho West had an idea for an epic meme with remote explosive.
You just throw it under, I'm gonna keep on jumping.
But while setting it up, Nick accidentally discovered something utterly insane.
Oh my god, I can double jump. I'm like double jumping. Whoa, I just triple jumped, wait.
Nick found a glitch to bounce super high in the air, and he couldn't believe how easy it is to do.
I'm just spamming my jump. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
what?
we are really high up here, brother.
They kept getting higher and higher, and this made Sancho start to wonder something.
How far can we go,
I'm just doing
Nick?
this on my spacebar. I'm gonna keep trying.
Let's see how high we can go.
Oh my gosh.
They wanted to test the limits, but they could have never have guessed what was about to happen.
Oh no, we're tilting now. We're shifting over. Oh crap.
Oh.
But if you thought that was crazy, check this out.
Whoa!
Zebby had been launched into orbit and was completely mind blown at how this was happening.
What did this guy just do? What?
What goes up must come down, but they're about to go up again, and you won't believe what happens when they do.
Wait, can you do it again? Yeah.
They had rocketed up into the sky once more, but this time it was way crazier.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He went back to last season.
They were nowhere to be seen, and after a while, it looked like they might never come down.
What? He's actually gone. Bro, he is gone.
Zemi waited and waited, but they had vanished into thin air and they were never seen again. Fans of Sabrina Carpenter were hyped when out of nowhere, Caffeinated, an emote featuring her hit song Espresso, hit the item shop. But there was a problem. For some reason, the song played at warp speed, and players who bought the emote expected the version they knew and loved were super disappointed. Fortunately, Fortnite had heard their complaints and fixed it to play at regular speed, but that ended up causing even more drama. Players who previewed it and they actually liked the fast version felt like they got totally scammed, and it's unlikely they'll ever get back their beloved speed up version back. When Fortnite added the Tesla Cybertruck, most people expected it to cost a fortune. So when the summer road trip quest dropped, letting players unlock it for completely free, everyone rushed to complete them.
Let's go!
Before long, every lobby was packed with Cybertrucks, and that's when the problem started.
What the heck? Fortnite!
Typical Gamer found it the hard way.
I can't use the fists. They're broken.
Something about the Cybertruck was completely bugging the game.
I think the Tesla Cybertruck glitches the fists. Tesla Cybertruck is pay to lose.
And if you found out at the wrong time, it could even scam you out of the win.
What?
When Juice WRLD hit the item shop, fans were pumped.
Yo, this is sick.
No way! Juice WRLD is in the item shop!
But did you know Fortnite pulled a sneaky scam with the bundle? In the Fortnite web shop, the World Takeover bundle looked like it included the Lucid Dreams emo. But players who bought it actually got the Lucid Dreams jam track instead. Turns out the Lucid Dreams emote wasn't even in the game yet. So players were scammed out of an emote that didn't even exist? Guardians of the Galaxy fans were stoked when they saw Rocket in the Chapter 2 Season 4 Battle Pass. But they had no idea just how awesome and insanely detailed he would be. He holds his breath when you go underwater, gets bored when you're emoting, and even shakes his head in disappointment if you get eliminated to fall damage. In Chapter 5 Season 2, Laserbeam did the impossible, setting an insane new record for the fastest speedrun from unranked all the way to Unreal. Unreal! But did you know it would actually end up leading to someone getting banned? It all started 2 seasons later with Courage.
Laserbeam did this in 10 hours, 23 minutes, and 4 seconds
which I have a timer right here.
He'd got wind of the record and assembled a squad of insanely cracked players to beat it.
I think we got this.
But Courage had other ideas about what their names should be for the speedrun.
Here's our names, guys. Laser is
Getting
cheeks.
banned for harassment. It's over.
Laser got no beans. Laser smells. Lachlan is my dad.
Noah was right. Someone was getting banned, but for something way stupider. Courage started the timer and they got to work, easily catching the first win with an insane 44 eliminations. And they followed it up with W after W, zooming through the ranks.
Nice!
But this is where something absolutely crazy happens. They had dropped a ton of elims, NPen in particular, but then it happened.
I got kicked out of the game.
What?
Okay, now I actually have to try.
Oh no.
At this point, it could have been just a simple disconnection, but NPen was about to see something unbelievable.
I was removed from the match for cheating. I got banned for hacking.
Oh no, he got banned for hacking.
Wait, what?
NPen wasn't too worried about the account he was playing on, but then he realized something terrible.
No, I'm gonna get banned on my main account.
Are you actually?
Yes, and right before FNCS.
Maybe it wasn't the best idea to do a ranked speedrun on alt accounts right before the biggest tournament of the season. In Chapter 4 Season 1, Fortnite introduced the Shotgun Striker perk, and players were hyped.
That's actually huge.
The idea was simple. You would get healed every time you shot an enemy player. But Fortnite made a big mistake. It worked fine in solos, but in team game modes, it was absolute chaos. For some reason, the perk worked on teammates as well as enemies, meaning you could heal up infinitely and become basically unstoppable. It was a super fun glitch if you were the one abusing it.
He was probably so confused right there.
But for the rest of the lobby, it felt like a total scam. With the release of Chapter 2 Season 5, Fortnite announced a new feature, sand tunneling, but they didn't tell anyone about how glitchy it would be, and players quickly found a new way to use it to go completely invisible. Although it could be used for some really funny trolls.
Wait, where'd it go?
That was spooky, wasn't it?
Yo, the gun's back. Oh my God, look at that.
It also totally broke the game, letting you get free wins.
Yeah!
So Fortnite disabled the feature entirely. Eventually, Fortnite announced that it was fixed and re-released back into the game, only for players to quickly find out it was actually still broken. Back in Chapter 3, Tfue, Zemi, and Scope were playing a trio tournament when out of nowhere something insane happened.
Get in, Scope. We can just push up to this ridge and chill.
Yeah.
Yo, push that.
Yeah.
Wait, is that cheater?
No way, bro.
Tfue was annoyed, and rightfully so. A hacker had completely griefed their tournament. But what they were about to witness was absolutely unbelievable. This hacker had pretty much turned the DMR into a sniper minigun. They all reported them, but unfortunately, that wasn't the last time they would bump into them.
Team West trying to creep up on us right now. Close.
Okay, I'm
Like
coming
100 meters from me.
Even before they had fired a bullet, Tfue had a strange feeling something was up.
I'm coming
Could be
up.
a cheater, bro.
Did you see footsteps or what? Oh, it is.
Dude, it's so cringe, bro.
This hacker was stupidly overpowered, and there was nothing they could do. But luckily, this was the last time they ran into them, so it's safe to assume Fortnite had hit them with a ban. When you buy a skin, you expect to be able to use it. So when owners of the Jack Skellington skin logged into the Save the World after the new update and found out that they couldn't use it, they were outraged. It was eventually added back, but then almost a year later, it was disabled again, and this time it stayed disabled for months. Players were furious, especially since many had bought the skin to use specifically during the Christmas season. It felt like a total scam. Did you know in Chapter 1, pump shotguns had a hidden secret? The pump is meant to be used up close at short range, but in the very early days of Fortnite, it could actually do crazy damage at far distances, and people started calling it the sniper pump. It was so busted. Do you remember Starry Suburbs? In Season X, Fortnite added this new POI for just 2 short weeks. And it had the crazy secret not many people know about. Stars dropped here from the sky, containing some absolutely insane loot. But there was one thing in particular that Lachlan was on a mission to find. He was looking for something that had never been seen before. It was insanely rare and easily the most overpowered item of its type in the history of Fortnite. After opening tons of stars, Lachlan still hadn't found it, which makes what Replays did next here even more unbelievable.
Oh, I got a gold tack SMG.
He got it on the very first star that he opened, so he took it as a challenge to win with just the gold tack SMG alone. But that was no problem. The gold tack SMG was by far the most broken weapon of all time. With a ridiculous fire rate and 42 damage headshots, it was absolutely stupid. But because Fortnite put it into the game secretly, and the only way you could get it was from the stars and starry suburbs for 2 weeks in Chapter 1, a lot of people didn't even know that this gun ever existed. There's a version that's in creative modes now, but it is severely nerfed, and a mere shadow of its former glory. Needless to say, seeing as it was so goated, replays picked up the W no sweat.
I only found one gun the whole game.
In December 2018, PlayStation released an exclusive pack containing the Prodigy skin and the Tabulator backbling. 5 years later, people on the other platforms would finally have the opportunity to buy the backbling as part of a locker bundle. Or so they thought. Even though Fortnite showed it in the item shop, it wasn't actually part of the bundle at all. In Chapter 5, Season 3, something unbelievable happened. PC and Switch players were getting instantly kicked from the game just for entering the desert. Some players didn't even make a glide in for the battle bus before getting booted. And needless to say, players were not happy. In OG Fortnite, Boom TV had organized a tournament with all your favorite OG content creators. But they also messed up and invited a bunch of pro players too. After the first few games of the content creators getting dominated, there was only one thing for it.
Oh my god, yes!
They decided to all wear Peely and team against the pros.
Guys, we need to be strapped. We need to be strapped.
Bananas together strong!
This was a pretty dumb idea. It's against the tournament rules and bannable, but they had had enough. So they all landed together at Pleasant Park, looted up, and headed out to get the revenge.
Rift.
They all rifted over to Tilted, and it looked absolutely insane.
No, bro, look! What?
And as they glided into Tilted, it didn't take long for one of the pros to notice something was up.
Oh my gosh!
Guys, they're sweats! They're sweats!
Go! Attack!
Bro, what is this?
Even Mongrel was hiding from the insane banana army.
Wait, this is an insane spot.
But it's not hard to see why.
Is this allowed, bro? There's so many Peelies. What is happening? Dude, look at all the Peelies over there.
The Peely army cleared out Tilted Towers and then carried on an absolute rampage, decimating any pro player that stood in their way.
Dead.
Even the World Cup champion didn't stand a chance. The instant he hit the rift, the Peely army fried him out of the sky, and it was ridiculous.
There we go, Booger's dead!
Yes!
Booger is dead!
The Peelies were stopping at nothing, and the pros were dropping like flies. Some of them lasted surprisingly long, but eventually the Peely army got their revenge.
We beat the sweats!
We did it! We did it, boys!
So now it was just the Peelies left, and there was only one thing for it.
Pickaxe only! Pickaxe only! Pickaxe only!
An insane pickaxe fight broke out, and the content creators were having a blast.
Another day, another victory royale for the OGs.
No.
Eventually, a banana picked up the win, but since they had been teaming, their points were banned from the last game, and it didn't even count. Did you know in Chapter 2, Season 2, there was a totally insane glitch that let you get free wins? At the start of the season, Fortnite added decoy grenades that created bot versions of yourself to confuse enemies. But here's the crazy part. If you threw one just before you got eliminated, it would actually confuse the game too. All you had to do was spectate until the end of the match, and you'd be crowned with the epic victory royale. You didn't even need to get eliminated by another player, so it wasn't long before players were building up, eliminating themselves to fall, and farming win after win. Stringles is an awesome cartoon style pickaxe, but it has a cool detail where it starts off looking happy, but the more you farm with it, the more it gets beat up. Wanting unobtainable cosmetics is nothing new, but it's not a problem for everyone. And in Chapter 2 Season 1, this player couldn't believe what they had found. The item shop had glitched, and they could buy old starter packs. It turned out to access them, all you had to do was change the date on your PC. That's crazy. In Season 9, Symphony discovered an insane glitch and couldn't wait to show Dakotas. If you wore the Waypoint skin, you could go completely invisible. Well, except for your head.
What? Your back blink's like all the way in the floor.
It was hilarious. And while it didn't work out for Symphony,
I'm dead.
Dakotas had much better luck, even managing to pickaxe the last player for the win. But while it made for some great clips, Fortnite quickly realized the issue and disabled the skin, leaving Waypoint fans feeling totally ripped off that they couldn't use their favorite skin anymore. Believe it or not, this wasn't the only time Fortnite's messed up with invisibility glitches. In Chapter 3 Season 1, if you wore one of the Slurp Legend skins and then used the Shadow Bomb, when the effect wore off, you became a floating head. And it stayed like this for the rest of the game.
But somehow, the Neymar Jr. skin took this to a whole new level. On release, if you wore the skin and used the built-in shh emote, you could go almost completely invisible. I guess Fortnite meant to give that power to the John Cena skin instead.
He can't see me.
Next up, OG players might remember it all too well. These days, Battle Pass shows you everything you're getting up front.
This is the coolest battle pass ever.
But back in the early days of Fortnite, there was one massive surprise: secret skins. You technically already own them as part of the pass, but nobody knew what they were until way later in the season when Fortnite unlocked them.
Who got this skin? No one got this skin.
And that mystery built insane hype all season long.
She is hot.
Hot.
But sadly, in Chapter 2, Season 2, Fortnite scrapped them entirely. Instead, we got bonus skins. And while some of them were pretty sick, a lot of players were left super disappointed. The thrill of the surprise was gone, and it felt like something special had been lost forever. Back in Chapter 3, Cypher PK, Courage, Ninja, and Wildcat ran into the craziest hacker anyone had ever seen. Flying all around the map, aimbotting everyone in sight. It started out just like any other game, but pretty soon Courage and the boys started dropping like flies.
I just died so fast.
Then Ninja and Wildcat got absolutely deleted too. Somehow Cypher made it out alive, got the cards, and hit the reboot. This was insane, but the hacker did not take kindly to Cypher's heroics and was back in a flash.
Oh, they're here. They're here. What? He's shooting me while he's... Oh, he's hacking, bro. That's actually crazy. He's hacking.
The hacker destroyed them all in seconds, and this was shocking enough. But then Cypher noticed something absolutely crazy.
Dude, we're his only kills. That's the crazy part. Like, he hacked just for us.
The hacker had stream sniped them just to meme and mess around for the stream. He started off singing to them while flying, but he took a ton of storm damage, and this is where he might have made a mistake.
No. No.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
The hacker almost eliminated themselves with a gas can, but they aren't done yet. Somehow this hacker was about to mess up even worse.
You can tell he's nervous. Well, he's going to storm.
No!
And if that wasn't embarrassing enough, things were about to go from bad to worse for this cheater.
Hey, Courage, suspect apprehended. A player you've reported has had action taken against him for negative behavior.
Let's go!
After the absolute insanity of the Infinity Blade, Fortnite admitted they had messed up, making it so overpowered, and they would be more careful in the future. But unfortunately, when Season X rolled around, it looked like they had changed their minds with the release of the mech. They were possibly even more overpowered than the Infinity Blade, and some players even found a glitch to make them totally invisible.
What? It's invisible! The mecha is invisible for me!
As if they weren't already overpowered enough! In Season 4, the awesome new superhero-themed Battle Pass dropped, and one of the skins had an insane hidden secret. If you're wearing the Zoe skin, as long as you didn't get too close to other players, you would become completely invisible, and they wouldn't be able to see you at all. This was so broken that Fortnite had to actually disable the skin entirely while they fixed the issue. At the start of any new season, there's always players ready to drop V-Bucks to speed through the Battle Pass.
You know me, man. Alice Web buying every level, dude.
But in Chapter 5, Season 1, Fortnite hit them with a nasty surprise. If you tried to buy more than 25 levels with just V-Bucks, you just wouldn't get them. No levels, no warning, and you just lost the V-Bucks.
What the happened?
It felt like a straight up scam. And after massive backlash from the community, Fortnite finally stepped in and refunded the affected players. Next up, we have a duo that cheated in a $10 million tournament. Nahil and Funkbomb were doing great in the summer skirmish, right up until Funkbomb said this.
Straight to your west.
Yeah, he's
like southwest. He's 30 health. I feel like it's cheating, but...
As it was an in-person tournament, Funkbomb could see other people's screens and was relaying information to Nate Hill. This was pretty stupid, and it won't come to much of a surprise that Fortnite didn't take kindly to this, and not long after, Nate received some bad news and read it live on stream.
As the teammate and beneficiary, I'll be suspended.
Even though he had done nothing wrong himself, as he had benefited from his teammates' callouts, he had to be punished. And as for Funkbomb,
Funk is kicked out of Dusty Dogs, effective immediately. Will not be eligible for club prizing.
He was immediately kicked from the team and banned from the tournament. Launchpads. Usually if you were in a tight spot, these could really come in clutch.
That is, unless you're playing Chapter 3, Season 3. Players were wondering why, all of a sudden, every time they hit a launch pad, they were getting absolutely fried out of the air. Turns out, there was a bug where anytime you placed a pad, its location would instantly ping to every player in the entire lobby. Meaning, instead of getting a sneaky, low-key rotate, you'd get absolutely lasered by everyone in the game. In Chapter 5, Season 3, McCreamy had gotten wind about the craziest glitch, and he couldn't wait to try it out.
Got a bottle already?
Nice, I got one as well.
Luckily, it didn't take him long to find what he needed. So McCreamy built up, and now it's time to put this glitch to the test.
Okay, now let's just hope that this works.
This was it. The moment of truth.
Oh, I'm pretty big! I'm pretty big!
It worked perfectly. This was insane.
I am a literal giant right now.
And it turned out, it was not only hilarious, it was actually super overpowered.
It's Peter!
Bro, I'm stuck with you.
Oh my god!
He glitched everyone around him, and nobody could see anything through his giant body, so nobody stood a chance.
That is crazy. We did it!
In Chapter 3, Fortnite added Indiana Jones to the game with his very own POI, and Nick A30 couldn't wait to discover its hidden secrets.
What are these? There's like little... Oh, turn. Oh.
It was a puzzle, and Nick was excited to see what he would get for solving it. Unfortunately, it was looking like he might be stuck. But then, he remembered something.
Oh, do you remember I saw a symbol over here?
He went back to take a look, and the symbols looked the same. So, pretty soon, he had it all figured out.
There it is. Boom.
We could have never been prepared for what he was about to find inside.
Oh! Okay. There's actually booby traps.
Nick was laughing now, but this was just the start. And there was something way crazier waiting for him at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, take. How much gold? I already have max gold. Oh my god. Oh my god. Should I not have taken that?
Nick had a bad feeling.
What do I do?
And for good reason. As he went to make his escape, he was met with a big surprise.
Oh!
But it gave him a crazy idea.
There's a treasure you can take, and then a boulder gets activated and falls down from the top, and it should eliminate and go through every single person.
Nick wasn't totally sure if his plan would work, but it would be epic if it did. And it was looking like it was time to find out.
Initiate the trap right now. He's taking it. There it is. Here comes the boulder.
The boulder's about to drop any second. And Nick had a feeling the wait would be worth it. And I think you're going to agree with him when you see it.
Any second now. Here it is. It does go through everybody. It worked!
Sadly, this was secretly removed at the end of the season, as Shuffled Shrines got covered in chrome and got renamed to Shimmering Shrines for Season 4. In Chapter 3, Season 3, Fortnite dropped the awesome Blowblades pickaxe as part of a limited time set to celebrate FNCS. They were promised it would only be in the item shop for FNCS, and once it was gone, it would be gone forever. But in Chapter 5, Season 4, Fortnite brought it back, and the community was shocked. Some players were hyped to grab an OG pickaxe, but the original buyers, they were furious the rare pickaxe wasn't rare anymore. In Chapter 5 Season 4, eagle-eyed shoppers spotted a crazy bargain in the item shop. The Dragon Ball gear bundle had been upgraded to now also include the Nimbus Cloud Glider 2. Since the glider usually costs 800 V-Bucks on its own, grabbing the full bundle for just 1800 seemed like a no-brainer. Players rushed to buy it, only to find out they had been totally scammed. The glider wasn't actually included. After tons of complaints, Fortnite finally granted players the Nimbus Cloud, but the damage was already done. If they hadn't have spoken up, they probably would have never gotten it at all. In Chapter 4, Fortnite released a Shockwave Hammer, and Wildcat, Courage, Cypher PK, and Scissors found an absolutely bonkers glitch with it.
What are we doing, dude? This is ridiculous.
If you took it in turns, hitting each end of the car, you could fly around forever.
We'll get height first, and then we'll worry about
It was insane, and it wasn't long before they were up in the clouds.
How high
Oh
are
my
we?
God.
We
We're
almost
650 meters.
There's no way, bro.
It was pretty hard to control, so they were doing a great job. But eventually, the last team spotted them.
They're shooting us! They're shooting up at us!
And this is where panic started setting in, and things started getting absolutely crazy.
Hit us now, hit us now, hit us now. Scissors, scissors, hit,
Scissors hit!
Stay, stay, stay! It's gonna slam!
Oh my god.
Go, go, go!
Somehow, they had made it down alive, but could they clutch up for the win?
No, there's one there. Yeah!
They They were giving it everything they had and dominating the opposition. But there was a problem none of them could have imagined. The last player was nowhere to be seen.
He probably just has 2 med miss or something.
Like in the sky?
Unbelievably, they couldn't find them anywhere. So the last player picked up the win, and you wouldn't believe it where they were.
Are you kidding me? Dude, he sees us in the truck. How did we never hear this guy?
They were doing the soaring sprints dub glitch the whole time.
We all know stream sniping is very bad. Unless, of course, it's one of your good friends and it's for a YouTube video, then it's just very funny.
Sounds pretty harmless, right? If they're your friend, hopefully they won't report you. So what could go wrong? Well, it turns out a lot.
Hey, Fresh stream. Hey, guys. What's up?
Fresh was an insanely good pro player, and everyone always used to say he carried Laserbeam. So just this once, Laserbeam wanted to show Fresh who the real top dog was. And it didn't take long to find Fresh and start putting his plan into action.
All right, I've loaded up the helicopter with C4. We'll see. Oh, he's hopping in it. He actually just hopped in it. How is he not dead? Damn it! Come on, come on, come on, come on. No! I'm chilling. No!
Unfortunately, it was looking like Laserbeam's plan wasn't quite going to plan. And eventually, Fresh got the best of him.
It had 6 of C4 on it!
But Laserbeam isn't calling it a day just yet. It's time to kick things up a notch and call in the reinforcements.
I now have an entire Discord server. All right, the plan is to scare the crap out of him and pickaxe him immediately on spawn. He will be absolutely terrified. No one ever expects a bunch of bananas to land on him and whack him.
But as they stealthily glided in, Fresh could see them and he could not believe his eyes.
Ha! You told me I turned around and there's like 15 people going to dirt.
So it didn't take long to turn into an all-out war.
He's bashing the car. All right, bananas. No! Attack him, bananas! Go get him! Pickaxe him!
The banana army gave it their best try. But with just pickaxes against a pro player, even with how many there were, the bananas just stood no chance.
Pickaxe him! Get him! No! Oh my god!
Fresh may have won that battle, but he hadn't won the war. And next game, it was time for the ultimate showdown.
Our plan is just to wait until he is alone, completely isolated, in a confined area. And then the bananas will jump him. We'll attack him. We'll like jump out of the bushes and eat him alive.
The trap was set, and the banana army was ready. But unfortunately for them, so was Fresh.
Oh, I see him in the bush.
Pump the launch pad! Pump the launch pad, Kate! Pump the launch pad, Kate! Spread it! Spread!
Holy sh... Oh my god.
I was not expecting him to kill us with the chopper.
Oh, okay, cheeky.
But as Fresh thinned the herd, hope was fading. And in a moment of desperation, Laserbeam made a big mistake.
He's low, he's low, he's low on whites, he's low on whites. Come on, boys, finish him. Finish him now. We just got kicked.
We just got kicked for teaming.
Laserbeam using a gun triggered the automatic ban system, and Fresh could not believe it.
Lennon just got banned for using a weapon.
Just to go to show that even if it's a friend, stream sniping never pays off.
I got banned, bro.
Usually when you buy a bundle and already own one of the items, Fortnite gives you a discount. But when the Shack bundle hit the item shop, things worked a little differently. If you had already owned the Axlifier, the bundle still charged full price, meaning you basically paid for the same thing twice. It was a total scam, and Fortnite promised they'd make things right by refunding the players who didn't get the discount. But even now, some players are saying they never got their V-Bucks back, and it's still not clear if Fortnite ever properly fixed it. But believe it or not, Fortnite has tried sneaky tricks like this before. When the amazing Chapter 2 remix dropped, it came with a brand new music pass, featuring none other than Snoop Dogg himself. At 1,400 V-Bucks, it seemed like a great deal. And players rushed to buy it, only to be charged 2,800 V-Bucks instead? Turns out, if you spam the purchase button, it would glitch out and charge you twice, turning a sick deal into a total ripoff. In Chapter 3, a massive statue of the Foundation could be found at the Sanctuary, but it had a hidden secret that nobody could believe. If you took a tire and threw it at a specific spot on the statue, something crazy happened. And depending on where you threw it, sometimes the statue would even get launched across the entire map. But this player found that if you climbed on top of the statue and then threw a tire on it, it would send you into orbit. This was super broken, so Fortnite secretly removed this glitch in the next update. In Chapter 5, iShowSpeed had a crazy idea.
I always wanted to do this.
He wanted to join in on Nick A30's customs, and it turned out it was his lucky day.
All right, I'll do one more for you if you want.
So Nick set up a new game and speed hopped in, but nobody could have guessed what was about to happen.
Nick!
Is that him?
Things started out pretty normal.
Simon says using that item, you must kill one person and one person only. If it shoots at another person, you will be eliminated.
How do I, what?
But Speed doesn't play a ton of Fortnite, so he was kind of confused.
So he says, you gotta pick it up, bro! Pick it up, pick it up!
No, sorry.
Simon says, come here.
No, sorry.
Simon says, A-team, shotguns out.
Unfortunately, it was looking like it might be wraps for Speed.
Stop.
Simon says, you want another chance?
Yes.
Simon says, go line back up. Simon says, go line back up.
Luckily, Nick decided to give him a second chance, but that might have been a big mistake.
Simon says you must save yourself using your crash pads. We're starting from left, and we're going all the way to right.
No.
Nick started sidekicking people off, and they were saving themselves no problem. But then it came time for Speed's turn.
You're next.
And he picked the wrong time to check his phone.
What the?
Speed was super angry. He felt like he got totally scammed and decided that next game he would get his revenge.
Simon says you're not allowed to shoot back. Oh, yo!
But with actions come consequences.
Mods, ban him. Make sure he never joins my customs ever again.
That'll teach him to mess with the king. In Chapter 2, Season 4, Marvel took over the Fortnite island, with Pleasant Park becoming Doom's domain. Years later, we finally got a Marvel-themed season again, and Fortnite came up with an amazing name for the bakery, Doom's Domain. Up until recently, Battle Pass items were meant to be exclusive, so you couldn't get them any other way. But Fortnite lied, and in Season 6, you could actually buy the Wild Music Pack on its own for 200 V-Bucks. That wasn't the only time it happened either. And back in Chapter 5, Season 2, it happened again with the swim-free lobby track. During Chapter 5, Season 4, Fortnite added Chemergy boost to the item shop, and Rocket League players were outraged. Turns out the boost was meant to be an exclusive reward from a Rocket League tournament, so competitors who earned it the hard way were furious to see it in the Fortnite item shop. Luckily, Epic quickly added a new version, the Chemergency boost, just for the tournament winners. But let's be real, Fortnite doesn't always make things right that fast. With the release of Ranked, the community was excited at the idea of a new competitive game mode.
Bronze 3, let's go!
But it wasn't quite what Fortnite had told us it would be. It turns out, with enough patience, anyone could get Unreal Rank. Laserbeam even managed to get it by doing literally nothing.
There's nothing more fun than not playing the game at all.
Every game he would do the same thing. Land in, find a spot to hide, and that's it. He didn't get a single elimination. It was ridiculous.
Yes! No kills! No wins! No movement!
You might not have noticed, but when you fire a flare gun in Fortnite, the flare actually says fire at 45 degrees on it, just like in real life. If you saw this short posted by Fortnite in 2019, you probably didn't notice that there was actually a number on the box containing the flare gun, and it turned out that 1106 was actually code for the 11th of June, the eventual release of Chapter 2, Season 3. The bunkers in Chapter 5 were awesome. You were only supposed to be able to get into them late into the game.
Can we get these vaults open? Oh my god.
But waiting for them to open could be a drag. And this player had enough. So, somehow, they cooked up a crazy way to get in, even at the start of the game. With most of these vault glitches, you're stuck forever. But they even found a way to get back out again, making it super OP. Compared to the OG days, the Chapter 5 map was pretty big, so players were always looking for new ways to get around. And when the Cybertruck was released, Fortnite added a hidden secret that you wouldn't believe. If you stood on a particular spot on the roof, used Fizz, and then hit the nitro ring, you could go warp speed. Now onto the machine pistol. The first time people saw it, Fortnite had actually added it by accident into solid gold, but it wasn't even gold rarity. It was gray. This was strange, but even at the lowest rarity in the game, it still shredded.
That pistol action.
Yo, we shredded him.
Players couldn't wait to try it, but Fortnite didn't tell anyone it was only going to be in the game for an hour. So sadly, a lot of people missed out.
Epic already probably knows about it, and they're fixing it right now as we speak. So it's like any game now, I'm going to play and it's going to be gone.
Fortunately, it did eventually come back, but this time it was available all the way up to gold. It was absolutely wild,
But it shreds at close range. Holy shoot.
with some of the highest DPS of all time.
It has a lot of damage, dude.
But unfortunately, Fortnite quickly realized it was too overpowered, and they nerfed it into the ground. So a lot of people never got to experience firsthand just how insane it actually was. Farming mats is never easy, and finding metal can be especially hard. So you can imagine how happy players were when they found this secret way to get infinite metal. You could keep farming the gas pump all game, and it would never break. Having your whole squad maxed out was a huge advantage. So it won't come to as much of a surprise that it wasn't long before Fortnite sneakily changed it so the glitch didn't work anymore. But years later, someone actually found a way to do it again. If you parked your car on the repair pad, you could farm it indefinitely while the pad repaired the car. That is 200 IQ. In Chapter 2, FNCS, two of the top teams with millions in combined earnings were contesting each other at Slurpee Swamp, and it was looking like a crazy off-spawn fight. Or at least that's what they wanted everyone to think. But when their plan worked a little too well, and they ended up getting first and second place on the leaderboard, people started to investigate.
All right, out and open. Hey, I see a player.
It turns out they were having fake fights at the same place every game, trading damage, healing up with the slurp mushrooms, and then going on their way. They would never knock an enemy player ever, because they weren't really enemies. They did it over and over every single game of the entire tournament. It was ridiculous.
All these players here, and they still engage right here at the same time every single game. 5 minutes, 30 seconds in, they're right here doing the same thing.
They were doing this to get free Storm Surge and save shields for the end game, which gave them a huge advantage. So Epic handed them out a 60-day ban, the longest temporary ban in Fortnite history. OG Fortnite was so fun the first time it was released. Players were gutted when it ended, and they feared it would never return. But did you know, Fortnite actually teased the release of the permanent mode all the way back in the very first trailer? The Tilted Towers clock was stuck at 6 o'clock, which is technically 6 and 12, the date of OG Fortnite's return. The 6th of December. So there was no need to worry after all. In Chapter 3, Season 3, Fortnite released an awesome new pickaxe called the Dragon Rune Lance as part of the Battle Pass. But this pickaxe had a hidden secret that pros figured out in no time.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
If you had the pickaxe out, nobody could hear your footsteps at all. They didn't even show up on visual audio. You could walk right up behind someone, take them by surprise, and there was nothing they could do.
Dude, it's so broken.
Fortnite has always said pickaxes are all the same and don't grant any competitive advantages, but this one certainly did, and getting eliminated to players exploiting the bug felt like a total ripoff. Some of you OGs might remember the semi-auto sniper rifle. It was decent back in the day, but when it was brought back in Fortnite OG, Fortnite had secretly changed it, and it was super overpowered. At only blue rarity, it did 101 damage to the body and 250 to the head, enough to make it one-shot headshot even in zero builds. If someone headshotted you with it, there was nothing you could do. It felt like a total ripoff when this thing eliminated you. They didn't say why, but thankfully Fortnite removed it from the game pretty fast. Gold is a valuable in-game currency that you can use for all kinds of stuff, from buying big bots to hiring NPCs. But did you know Fortnite secretly made it way easier? It looks as if the only items you can get from vending machines are displayed for sale, but that's a total lie. If you throw an EMP at one, it'll spit out a pile of gold, and you can do it over and over and over. In Chapter 5 Season 3, someone even found out an insane trick with it. You could take it to the next level. Since the battle bus has a built-in EMP, you can park it next to a vending machine, spam it infinitely, and get max gold in no time. If you played near the end of Chapter 2, you probably remember the Cube Queen, but you might have missed this tiny detail. If you look really closely, instead of circles, her pupils are actually cube-shaped. You might be familiar with Midas, an awesome skin with a special effect, where everything you pick up turns to gold. That is, unless you're playing the Bodyguard LTM, where no matter what skin you use, Fortnite automatically makes them wear gloves. So, because Midas doesn't actually touch anything, he can't turn any weapons to gold. The effect works with Midas' daughter too, Marigold, but it's not just the items they turn gold. If you've ever tried to gas up a car as either of them, you might have noticed it actually works on the gas pumps too. In April 2023, Clicks, a famous pro player, started his stream with a shocking announcement.
We have a lot to talk about.
Clicks was suited and booted, so it was clearly important, but what he was about to show his stream was absolutely shocking.
So let's just start real quick. I'm banned for 2 weeks. This means that I can't play this FNCS, and I also can't play the next FNCS.
This was insane, but Clicks was sure the ban was unfair, so he went into the replays to prove it.
This is the game that I was banned for. Since the start, he was following me, shooting me. He did over 350 damage to me the whole entire game.
This default was acting pretty weird towards Clicks, but believe it or not, he's only just getting started.
He tends to splash me. So right here, he's literally splashing me. Throws another splash at me. Throws another splash at me. Then he continues to stand still and he ODMs me.
This player was clearly following Clicks around and trolling him. But what was about to happen next was maybe taking things a step too far.
Okay, right here, I literally said,
You're in my stream. Smash me now.
okay, splash me.
So far, Clicks has done nothing wrong. But here's where he makes a stupid mistake.
Come here and max my metal. I swear to God. Matt, drop the metal now. You stream sniping.
Clicks is trying to prove that this guy's stream sniping, but he might have gotten a bit carried away. Clicks dropped down there and actually picked up the loot, but the stream sniper wasn't done yet.
And you guys can say, oh, you shouldn't have took the loot. I understand that 100%. But he actually followed me right here. Sits in my wall, goes up and down, and lets me kill him, okay? Lets me kill him. So no matter what, chat, I would have got all the loot that he gave me, and I went out to win the game.
Clicks has already put forward a good case, but this final piece of evidence, nobody could believe.
This is his perspective. And if you listen closely, I'm not going to talk. You can hear my stream in the background. Comes.
At this point, there was no doubt. It was looking like an open and shut case.
I'm out of here.
Now, all he needs was to get Epic's attention, and he had the perfect plan to make it happen.
I'm going to tweet out free clicks. Thank you guys for supporting me. I love you guys.
Hashtag free clicks went viral, and it seemed like the whole community wanted Clicks to get unbanned. But unfortunately, he had still broken the rules, and Epic actually upheld the ban. Winning in Fortnite is super tough.
How to get good at Fortnite, because I am a bot. Every now and then, you have to be strong enough to say, I need help.
But in Chapter 2, Fortnite secretly changed that with the introduction of Slurpy Swamp. All you had to do was build a wall in this specific spot on the map, and you could glitch out the game into healing you at an insane rate, basically making you invincible and guaranteeing the win. Did you know that in Season 9, someone found a crazy glitch to get a secret weapon that Fortnite never even told anyone existed? The Storm Scout Sniper was a new sniper with some crazy unique features.
A mini map on it? What the heck?
But there was a problem. The glitch only worked in creative, and there was no storm. It didn't work properly at all.
I'm still not too sure what the arrow means. See the arrow on the top? Maybe it's glitched.
It wasn't until later on the season, when it finally released for real, that people got to try it out, and it was insane, revealing future storm circles and doing tons of damage. Here we have Nick A30. He loves to run custom games with his viewers, but unfortunately, he wasn't gonna love what was about to happen this time.
I gotta try to land in the center.
He often sets up epic wins, but this one was looking like it was gonna be the best one yet. But someone was hiding, so he didn't get the win. They had completely ruined it, and Nick A30 was determined to make sure it didn't happen again.
Some people are getting banned in that one.
So Nick loaded up the replay, but he could have never expected who he was about to find.
Okay, who's the one that was slap splashing? Because I'm banning that guy.
Sometimes, people claim that famous content creators and pro players get special treatment when it comes to this kind of thing. But after watching this, I don't think so.
This guy's not even not even below 20 HP, so you're gone. I'm not even messing around. That crawl guy, he's gone for pickaxing. You're done.
A couple of normal bans, but this is where he finally finds them.
Booga, I don't even care who that was. You're banned, brother. Like, I don't really care, dude. Don't join my customs if you're not gonna follow the rules. I don't care if you have followers or not.
Winning in Fortnite is never easy, but did you know that there was actually a way to get wins completely free? All you had to do was hire an NPC, quickly dismiss them before you died, and then spectate until the end of the game. It was as easy as that. It wasn't long until Fortnite patched it, but a few chapters later, there was another even more insane glitch to get free wins again. Someone found a secret way to unlock the car before getting the medallion, and once you got it, the car was completely invincible. As long as you didn't get out of the car, you were basically guaranteed the victory royale. The lowriders were awesome.
Wait, that's insane!
But a lot of players were loving this small detail in particular. If you turned on the radio, it started to dance along with the music with its hydraulics. In July 2024, Fortnite released an epic collaboration with Pirates of the Caribbean with an awesome mini battle pass and the iconic Captain Jack Sparrow skin.
Ooh, oh, it's a Captain Jack Sparrow run. Oh, I'm being chased.
But there was a problem. Fortnite released it a week early and forgot to mention that if you bought it early, you couldn't even complete it, leaving players who did buy it feeling completely ripped off and frustrated. Next up, we have Nick A30 with something absolutely crazy that no one had ever seen before.
Oh, what's up with my field of view? I'm like sideways running. Whoa, what is this?
He had a bug and his game had flipped completely backwards.
It looks like I can't move that way. It's not letting me. My FOV is messed up. I'm not even joking. I move forward to go backwards and backwards to go forward.
Nick was in a bit of a spot. He managed to get a couple of splashes off, but you would have never have guessed what happens next.
No.
It was looking like the glitch was permanent, and this enemy was not giving up. But this is where Nick does the impossible.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Fortnite is very vocal about the fact that skins don't give a competitive advantage and are purely cosmetic, but they never mention the disadvantages. And some skins are literally pay to lose. Check out Boba Fett's Starship. It blocks half of your screen. Or Frostwing. It's massive and shoots ice blasts. Talk about making yourself an easy target. Perhaps the worst of all though is the Millennium Falcon. Fortnite didn't mention it practically flashbangs you every time you deploy it, making it totally unusable for a lot of players. At the end of Chapter 2, the island got turned upside down, and we saw a whole new side of it, bringing Chapter 3 flipped. But not many people noticed that while most of the lobby tracks start with press play, for Chapter 3 island theme, it actually says flip the record, just like the island. Fortnite Battle Royale is famed for its cool and crazy looking skins, but Save the World has some pretty unique ones too, and Metal Team Leader is no exception. You could buy in a pack for $19.99, and some people bought it just for the skin. Fortnite should have probably mentioned they plan to release it later in the item shop just for 1,200 V-Bucks just a short while later. New skins coming to the item shop is always exciting. But when the shop reset in Chapter 5 Season 4, nobody could believe what they were seeing. It looked like you could purchase a bundle of the Moniker, Fortune, and Stash skins only for 1,200 V-Bucks? Unfortunately, when players purchased it, they actually only received Moniker, leaving many people feeling like they had just been completely scammed. Next we have Zemi. In Chapter 2, he was beaming with the Primal AR so hard that a lot of people actually started accusing him of aimbotting. He said that he just had good aim, but something was about to happen that he just couldn't explain.
I've been streaming this entire time, and I just got logged out in the middle of my game, and then when I got back in, I'm apparently banned for exploiting for it for a day.
Everyone thought he had been banned for cheating, but Zemi was sure that he was innocent, so he waited until the 24 hours were up and then he hopped back on. But something unbelievable was about to happen. He got banned again?
This is a joke, right? There's no way this happened again.
Zemi had gotten banned twice in a row, so it was looking like he might actually be cheating. But Zemi had a theory about what was really going on.
The reason I got banned the first time and the reason I got banned once again yesterday is almost 100% because people have been spam reporting me because of my aim. The clips that you guys are watching in the background is actually my clips that I've been posting on my socials like Instagram and TikTok. Ever since the clips started getting more exposure and more views, I've been constantly getting accused of soft aiming and aimbotting on Fortnite.
And it looks like Fortnite might have seen the video because thankfully after it was uploaded, Zemi did not get banned again. Next up, we have Cypher PK.
I got the stone fit right here.
Cypher's plan was to pretend to be a Greek statue and catch someone off guard. So he got in his position, and it didn't take long for his first unsuspecting victim to come along.
Little broski, you know I gotta get it.
Fortnite banned skins for being too camouflaged, so it wouldn't be surprising if this skin got banned too. At this Greek god themed POI, it worked perfectly, so Cypher decided to try it one more time.
That's him. That's a sweat skin too.
And I don't think it'll come to much of a surprise that it worked perfectly again. When the Mandalorian set dropped, complete with animated Grogu backbling, Star Wars fans were hyped and amazed at the attention to detail and how accurate they were. But there was one hidden detail that a lot of people didn't notice. Sometimes the Grogu can be seen eating bright blue macaroons, just like on the show. In the Marvel Universe, only those who are deemed worthy can wield Thor's hammer. So it's a nice little detail that in Fortnite, only Thor and Captain America can use the Mjolnir pickaxe. That was until Chapter 5 Season 4, when players discovered they could suddenly equip it with Moon Knight skin too? Turns out it was supposed to be that way all along. Although Moon Knight isn't worthy to wield the hammer, it's made from Uru metal, an ore made from the first moon in existence. And since Moon Knight has the powers of Khonshu, the god of the moon, he has total control over it. Some of you might recognize this skin, iconic. It was exclusive for the Galaxy S10 owners back in OG Fortnite and everyone wanted it.
Oh, is that the announcement?
Yeah, what's up, baby?
What?
Look how sick. I know, right? How sick is this?
So much that some people even bought the phone just for the skin. So it won't come to a surprise that those who had spent a lot of money for the skin were outraged when, without telling anyone, Fortnite added it into the item shop for free. It was only in the shop if you were on Android, and it was only in the game for an hour. But if you somehow managed to get it, Fortnite actually let you keep it. It was awesome for those lucky few, but the OG owners weren't too happy. Back in chapter 2, Fortnite accidentally added in the prop gun, and it was everywhere. People were finding it out of chests, NPCs, even just lying around on the ground, and it was chaos. It quickly got removed only after being in the game for 1 hour, and the community was devastated. But fortunately, it was brought back in the next update. With the release of Rocket Racing came new cosmetics, and some of them were really expensive. The few starter pack quests contained a bunch of cool stuff, and Fortnite said it would cost $9.99. That was unless you were in Hungary, where Fortnite secretly changed the price to only 25 cents? In Fortnite Remix, Nick A30 was messing around with the cars, but someone started taking shots, and he didn't take too kindly to it.
I'm coming for you now. I'm a monster truck. Look at me.
But little did he know, he was about to find one of the worst glitches in Fortnite history.
Wow, I can't jump. It's not letting me jump.
Nick was in a tight spot. The glitch had basically made it so he couldn't move, and the player that he was up against was a total sweat.
This is awkward. I'm not gonna lie.
But even though he had one of the worst bugs in Fortnite history, Nick isn't giving up without a fight.
I don't know what to do. I can't shoot him, Epic. Epic, something's wrong. I am so confused.
During Fortnite Remix, if you try to get the mythic RG minigun, you might have noticed Mom Spaghetti, Eminem's restaurant in the Grotto Cave. But what a lot of people didn't realize is Eminem actually opened a Mom Spaghetti restaurant in real life too. Fortnite loves to add movie references to the game, and in Chapter 2 Season 2, they spotted the perfect opportunity. If you did the T-pose emote at the tip of the yacht, you get the I'm Flying Legacy, as reference to the famous scene in the Titanic. Next up, we have Cypher PK, Nick Merckx, and Nate Hill with something completely impossible. They bumped into a hacker, but you won't believe how it ended.
Oh, he's a hacker.
The hacker had deleted Nick Merckx and Nate Hill in the blink of an eye, but Cypher wasn't going down without a fight. He had a plan.
Okay, I got this, guys.
What are you doing, BK?
Cypher used a lightsaber so he couldn't get shot.
I'm gonna go res you guys, all right?
Then he hopped in the boat and made a dash for the reboot. And he had an idea who the hacker might be.
Jarvis is back, bro.
Things were going to plan so far, but while he could run, he couldn't hide from this aimbot hacker.
Yo, you get...
Oh, shot! Oh! He's under the map, bro.
So Cypher, Nick, and Nate all reported the cheater, but they could have never predicted what was about to happen when they went to spectate.
Dude, I don't... His hacks aren't working that well or something. I don't know. Wait, did he kill these guys? He just got banned!
We got him banned. Oh, we just rocked him, bro.
It only took 9 seconds from Cypher submitting the report to the cheater actually getting banned. That has to be world record for the fastest ban in Fortnite history. In the Remix Battle Pass, we got an awesome skin called Undercover Sky that looks like a combination of Sky and Guff. But did you know that the epic bait of Floof is literally both of their pickaxes strapped together? Next on our list, we have Nick A30. He was playing solos and got off to a great start. But unfortunately for him, there was a secret boss in this game way more powerful than Peter.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here now. I didn't get the shotgun.
It was actually a pro player, N-Pen. He won the fight, but unfortunately for him, Nick A30 had been getting hassled by stream snipers all day, and he had had enough. So he reported him, and it didn't take long for Epic to get the message.
Played the... Did I get banned? Oh, no. Oh, it's for cheating. Oh.
I'm not sure why he said cheating, but he seemed to have a pretty good idea of what happened.
Nick A30 probably reported me.
From a distance, the stuffy sack backbling appears to have a cool little plushy peely, Guff, and Cuddle Team Leader on it. But take a closer look, and they all have crossed out eyes? This usually only means one thing, and it is not good. So it raises some questions over what exactly is this backbling made from. Now on to Dr. Lupo with something absolutely unbelievable.
Alright, Lupe? I'm good for now.
Dr. Lupo was slaying out, but he could have no idea what was just around the corner.
Well, there goes Trevor. He
Down.
just got crit like 8 times in a row. He's hacking, he's hacking, he's hacking. Take him serious, he's hacking.
Jameson, you gotta shoot him.
Oh, whoa, dude.
Yeah, he is hacking, he is hacking.
Bro.
He's actually
He
cheating.
can't build, he can't build, he can't build, man. Don't.
Lupo hit a crazy headshot snipe on the hacker and sent them straight back to the lobby. In Chapter 5, Season 1, Fortnite added something to the item shop that seemed kinda out of place. If you scrolled all the way down, past the skins to the jam track section, and amongst the songs, there was actually the Heartbreaker skin. Fortnite made no comment on the situation, but it turned out there was actually also a jam track called Heartbreaker. So if you accidentally bought it, you got tricked into buying a skin you didn't even want. On August 9th, amidst the general chaos of Season X, Fortnite secretly added a Borderlands POI, and it had some crazy features. The first of which, Lachlan noticed almost immediately upon entering the new Rift Zone.
Oh, because that's what happens in Borderlands, right? Your shield goes up like super quick.
You basically had infinite shield, and this had crazy effects on fights. You could crack someone's shield, or get hit pretty hard yourself, like Lachlan does here. But keep on pushing, because you would both get passively healed up by the time you would even get anywhere near the fight anyways. You literally didn't need heals. It was insane.
Everyone's got full shield at all time in the zone. It's actually kind of hectic fighting players.
But that wasn't the only thing crazy about this POI. Apart from the healing effect, there was also this.
What's that? What's cash? What can I use cash for? Excuse me, video game. Where do I spend the cash?
It turned out collecting cash was part of the Welcome to Pandora challenges, where players could unlock a bunch of free stuff like the Mayhem Wrap and Crunk Bunny sprays. Fans of the Big Hero 6 movie were super excited to see Baymax in Chapter 6 Season 1 Battle Pass.
Big Hero 6 is one of my favorite movies.
But a lot of people miss this awesome detail on Baymax's loading screen. It's actually inspired by a scene in the movie. In Chapter 5, Typical Gamer was slaying out in solos, chasing that ever so sweet 20 bomb. He was comfortably picking up his 19th elim, and things were looking good. But when it came to finding the last player, that would be a totally different story entirely.
No, genuinely, where's the last guy? Like, where could they be hiding? I checked literally everywhere, didn't I? Am I going mad? Actually confused.
TG had checked everywhere a normal player could go, but there was one thing he hadn't accounted for.
Bro, what am I looking at? Wait, actually, what is that? They're gliding still. Wait, what?
Typical Gamer had no idea what he was looking at, so there was only one thing to do for it. Build up and investigate.
Wait, what did I just discover?
This was impossible, and on the way up, he started to get suspicious.
I think this guy's hacking. Oh my, he's just flying. He's flying. What the heck?
But as TG built up, the closer he got, the stranger it became.
Bro. What am I looking at?
This was strange enough already, but TG was about to discover something absolutely mind-boggling.
I can't go up any higher.
He built all the way up to height limit, and somehow, this guy's even higher. This is one powerful gamer, and unfortunately for TG, he was about to face up in the final 1v1 for the W.
Wait. Oh my gosh, do you have weapons? Oh my gosh, what are you?
Typical Gamer was terrified, and rightfully so. But then as TG built in the circle, something happened that left him absolutely flabbergasted.
What the heck was that?
It looked like they had jumped off, so they wouldn't get banned for teaming. But I've got a feeling they might have gotten banned anyways. In Chapter 2 Season 6, players spotted an awesome new progressive skin in the Battle Pass, Agent Jones. He had a bunch of edit styles for different moments in time.
Oh, they're from each of the bounty hunters. That is so cool.
But not many people spotted this tiny detail. In the Jump 23 style, Jonesy has a classic armband. But in the next style, he's removed it, and you can actually see the mark where the armband was. Gotta love that attention to detail.
Is that guy cheating? No, I mean, there's just no way.
But there was a way, and they had absolutely insane aimbot. So Ninja reported them that something totally unexpected happened. They had teleportation hacks. They went straight into the vault, and Ninja had seen enough.
I messaged my contact. He'll be banned.
Do you remember when Allier said this?
There's a Diplodocus!
It was hilarious and turned into a huge meme.
Full-on embraced his meme.
So huge, in fact, that even after all these years later, Fortnite changed the reload map during Remix to include some more Diplodoncuses in its honor. Next up, we have Milkman. He was playing Phils with a friend, but after getting eliminated, they could have never imagined what they're about to find. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but it was a default with a weird name, and it didn't take them long to show their true colors.
Oh, he's cheating. He's cheating.
I told you.
That was insane. If you blinked, you would have missed it. But what the hacker was about to do next is absolutely crazy.
Nice one, bro.
That no-scope was insane, but this hacker's only just getting warmed up.
He's gonna die.
Another crazy no-scope, and there's plenty more where that came from.
200.
Milkman had seen enough, so he reported them. And after all that, I think it's pretty safe to say they got banned not long after. With the launch of Chapter 5 came a brand new map, nicknamed Helios. But while most of it was discovered pretty quickly, there are some areas even players today don't know about. Like this secret cave at the far east side of the map. It took a while to make your way inside, but it was totally worth it. There was a ton of chests and even coral buddies. There was even a porta potty that led back up to the top, and for good reason. On the rare occasion porta potties were disabled, this place could become a total death trap as Storm closed. You might be used to supply drops sinking, but when Remix released, Fortnite changed a small detail that made them way more realistic. Now, they float, and if they land in a river, sometimes they even follow the current downstream. In the early days of Fortnite, something so powerful was released onto the island, it would change the game forever. That is, if it was in the game for more than a few minutes. The Zapatron wasn't meant to be added. When Fortnite spotted their mistake, it was quickly removed, but it was insanely powerful. So when UFN launched and people found out a way to get it, players were hyped and couldn't wait to test out its capabilities. But it turned out even the Zapatron is no match for Klombo. On the 9th of August 2024, people were hyped to see the new X-Men skins in the item shop, only for them to be removed a few minutes later. People speculated whether or not this was an accident or just a marketing gimmick, but either way, the skins officially came into the item shop just a few days later. Street Fighter fans were hyped when in Chapter 2 Season 5, skins from the game hit the item shop, but the Flash Cake emote had a hidden detail a lot of players missed. When used with the Guile skin, he actually takes the comb out of his back pocket when you do the emote. Fortnite can be full of surprises, and this is no exception. Not too long ago, people started reporting they were receiving the rare Psycho Bandit skin completely randomly. Nobody could figure out what was happening until this tweet from Ginger Froggy. It turns out, if you didn't start playing Fortnite until after the promotion ended, you didn't get the skin. Until 5 years later? Fortnite bots can have all kinds of names, but one in particular stands out, Athena or Apollo. Athena and Apollo are actually the names of the first two Fortnite islands. After a staggeringly long wait,
I've waited literally 2 days for this moment.
The Black Hole event was finally ending, and Cypher couldn't wait to hop in game and check out the new chapter.
Oh my god.
But Cypher was about to get a huge surprise that nobody was expecting. As the cinematic played, the bus flew in, and characters danced in celebration. Everything made sense so far, but this is when it happened.
Wait, am I playing?
At the time, nothing like this had ever been done in a video game before.
What's happening?
It didn't take him too long to realize what was happening.
I'm in a live match. There's 97 people live.
But he was about to get a huge surprise that nobody saw coming. Not even Fortnite.
Oh, my keybinds are completely... No. What the heck is this? My keybinds have completely been reset.
Fortunately, Cypher figured it out pretty quickly and got back to his game. But it happened to others too, and it didn't pan out like that for everybody.
Wait, what? This is me?
Nick was just as surprised as Cypher at how Chapter 2 was kicking off.
What is going on right now? Am I in a game? There's a baseball bat? What?
But then it happened.
No, my keybinds!
His bind had been reset too, and Nick was devastated. But luckily, he got over it pretty fast.
Guys, the new battle pass looks sick.
When Remix released, players wondered if Meowtis would have the golden touch just like Midas. And it turns out, sort of. With Midas, the effect was instant. But with Meowtis, the weapons get more and more gold with each elimination. It's a cool effect, and some may think it's because he's only half Midas. Speaking of Meowtis, did you know he actually has paw prints on the sole of his shoes? You gotta love the little details like that. In May 2019, Fortnite released Season 9, and in the Battle Pass, there was a skin that looked awfully familiar. A lot of people were speculating the skin was Loser Fruit, and it made sense.
What the fruit? What?
That's gonna be for you.
It even had a strawberry on the shirt. Fortnite never confirmed or denied the community's suspicions, but on June 22nd, 2020, Loser Fruit got her official icon skin. So I guess you could say now she has two skins in the game. And not many people know this, but her official backbling actually has 3 Fortnite skins that represent her friendly stream snipers.
Wouldn't have success without these stream snipers here.
In Season 7, the Cheer Up emote hit the item shop, but did you know that it has a hidden secret? The bushes may look green in the item shop, but they actually change color to match the biome that you're in. They can be green, brown, or even snow covered, depending on where you are on the map. In Chapter 3, Spider-Man Mythic Web Shooters were added to the game, and Nick A30 was hyped.
No way! Oh, wait, you do spins too? Wait!
And somehow, they were even better than anyone could have ever hoped for.
No, bro, this is better than the actual Spider-Man game. This is better than, you get way more momentum.
Fortnite knocked it out of the park. So of course, everyone wanted them. And people's minds immediately turned to one POI in particular.
So we're gonna go ahead and dive in at the Daily Bugle over here. There should be at least one of them here.
TG was right. There was tons of spawns here. So it took no time to find one.
Oh, right there. Look at this. Let's search this. Oh, Spider-Man's web shooters. Let's go.
But seeing as everyone wanted them, the Daily Bugle was absolute carnage. And it was tricky making it out alive with the Mythic.
No!
Luckily, Fortnite had thought about this, and they added secret spawns around the map, like this one, fresh found under a bridge.
Give me this Mythic.
So it wasn't just sweats getting to use them. There was enough for everyone hidden around the map. In 2018, Fortnite's Boogie Down contest had players dancing for a chance to get their moves made into a real game emote. But the top 100 received V-Bucks and a selection of disco-themed cosmetics, and this is where Fortnite did something unbelievable. Among the skins was Sparkle Specialist, a Season 2 Battle Pass skin. Fortnite had previously told players Battle Pass skins would be exclusive, so players who did buy the Battle Pass for the exclusive skins got totally scammed. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this one too. It's a banger, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a video again. Thank you.